Alrighty, welcome back to E2W Coast Sports. We are talking the Warriors win over the Kings last night. Not a whole lot to talk about in that game specifically. Kings rested their main guys, so of course Warriors were favored by 10.5 before the game started. They built that early lead. Had a bumpy second quarter, but overall second half was really good. Took it to them. Steph and Clay had 25 and 29. Poole actually had one of his rougher offensive games in a while. Kind of seemed like he was due for that. He was 0 for 10. He was still able to get to the line quite a bit, but for whatever reason, his shot wasn't falling. Normally those layups that he makes, some of his open look threes, he knocks down. So sort of seemed like it was just one of those nights. Maybe he wasn't as locked in just because the Kings were resting so many players. It was easy for Poole to just fall into a little bit of a slump there. Not too worried about him. He shows up in big games. He'll be ready for the next one. Touch on GP2 a little bit. Man, GP2 just continues to look really good. His chemistry with the Warriors, he didn't miss a beat coming from Portland. He looks a lot stronger. He had a really cool sequence where he had a chase down block from behind, and then he ran offensively to the corner there, and he was able to get a decent open look and knock that down. At the time of the game, I think we were only up by 8, pushed it to 11, and we were able to just continue to run away with it. So really happy with that GP2 acquisition. I think that was the right move. I think it was the right move for Wiseman to go over to Detroit. He needs the reps, he needs the playing time, and he just wasn't going to get it with the Warriors. All right, let's just talk about potential matchups here. It's looking like it's going to be the Suns or the Kings. Most likely it's going to be the Kings. So what does that look like with the matchup with the Warriors? I think the Warriors do match up really well with the Kings in terms of they don't have elite wings that we need Wiggins to be on his best game to guard. We have Kuminga. Wiggins will be back at some point. Don't know if it'll be game 1 of the playoffs or, mid-round, whatever. And we have our, main guards, Draymond, GP2, Dante. We have a lot of really good defensive players to throw at the Kings, so I think we match up well there. The other thing too that I want to note is they are awful on defense. So with the Warriors having a pretty potent offense ourselves, yeah, we may get in a shootout, but I think that will favor us in a 7-game series. I think we're going to score more than the Kings 4 out of 7 times if they can't learn to defend our guys. Warriors have also proven that in tough situations against really good offensive teams, they can lock in for stretches. And with the week off, if we win against Portland, that's going to help Draymond so much. That's going to help Steph. It's going to help Wiggins get back integrated. So obviously the game tomorrow against Portland is huge. I trust that they'll get that game, but the week off is even more important. All right, let's touch on the Suns here. What does the Suns look like against the Warriors? Again, I do think we match up pretty well defensively outside of KD. I mean, who matches up well with KD, right? He's an amazing scorer. He's an amazing just basketball player in general. I do think overall the Suns play a brand of basketball that we can defend. They don't have anyone who puts a lot of pressure on the rim. They're a jump shooting team. While they may be very good at being a jump shooting team, we're a pretty good jump shooting team as well. And who are you going to take? The Splash Bros and Poole over Booker, CP, and KD. I think Steph and KD probably canceled themselves out. I think Clay and Booker kind of canceled themselves out. I mean, Booker's probably a better player at this point, but who is more nuclear than Clay, right? He is just, when he gets on it, he's zombie Clay and he doesn't miss. And then you have Poole and the rest of our players, who can contribute offensively. I think we match up really well with the Suns. I did hear a take though is, while the Suns would be tough round 1, the further they go in the playoffs, the more beat up Chris Paul is most likely to be, even Durant too. So I think facing the Suns down the road might be a little bit of an easier task. But the flip side of that is playing the Kings early on. They are a young team. They're going to run up and down the court. It's going to be a tough out against the Kings. While I think we're going to get them in 5 or 6, it could be a battle. We'll see after tomorrow, and we'll see as well how the Clippers do. That's all I have for now. Appreciate it, guys. And leave a comment below what you think would be a better matchup, either the Suns or the Kings. All right.